Hi guys, today I'll show you how to make coconut milk from fresh coconut. I recently did a how to break a coconut easily video and how to get the meat out of the coconut shell. Once you get the meat out of the coconut shell, you can process it and make fresh coconut milk. If you have chunks of coconut, put it in your blender and process it until it is small like this. Or you can grate your coconut using a food processor like this and blend it at this stage. There are no real measurements you have to worry about with making coconut milk. You just need coconut, water, preferably warm. The water that comes out of my tap is extremely cold. I filter it and I just heat it up a little bit so it's warm. It's best to use room temperature water or a little bit warmer. If you've grated your coconut and put it in the fridge, it'll be very cold, so then it's best to use warm water. You'll also need some cheesecloth. Put it over a strainer and a bowl. If you pour the blended coconut right through the strainer without the cheesecloth, you'll have fine particles of coconut in the coconut milk. Using the cheesecloth gives you a much better result. There's not going to be any particles. You'll also need a blender. When you're making coconut milk, it's best to use a blender rather than a food processor. Add the coconut to the blender jar. This is about 3 cups of coconut. Cover with water. I used about 2 1/4 cups. And we'll blend this until smooth. Check to make sure that the coconut is smooth. The amount of time you need to process a coconut really depends on how strong your blender is. My blender took just about 2 minutes. Just check after 2 minutes and blend for longer if the coconut is not processed. Now pour the blended coconut over the sieve. You can see how smooth the coconut is. Gather the cheesecloth. And squeeze the remaining milk. Squeeze every drop out of it. You can see all that lovely fresh coconut milk. This is what's left. It's very dry, but it still has a lot of flavor. So what you can do is, if you want a lighter coconut milk, put this back in the blender with some more water, blend it again for a few minutes, and strain it again through the cheesecloth. In South India, coconut milk is used in a lot of curries, and the lighter coconut milk you get from the second blending would be called the second milk. And that's what's used in the earlier part of cooking the curry. This thicker, richer milk would be called the first milk. And this would be added towards the end of cooking certain dishes. This first milk, or the richer milk, is what you would get when you buy a can of coconut milk. And this is what's used in desserts, puddings, custards. This is also great for coconut rice pudding. I made that recipe a while ago. I'll put a link to that below if you want to see it. It's delicious, it's rich, it's a little sweet. Of course, the taste and sweetness of your coconut milk depends on how good your fresh coconut was to begin with. There's nothing wrong with using the canned coconut milk. I do it often, but if you want real, fresh coconut milk, this is it. And it is a very simple process once you have your grated coconut. If you don't want to grate your own fresh coconut, you can buy the frozen shredded coconut and blend that to get coconut milk. Just make sure to use very warm water when you're blending because the coconut is very, very cold. And it'll blend much better if you use really warm water. From the coconut I blended, I got about 3 cups of coconut milk. I love to use coconut milk, especially in desserts like cakes and custard. I hope you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, and subscribe for more recipes. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.